In today's weekly recap, we're going to talk about the SGC Acquisition, the Topps first card stamp debacle, some upcoming releases, big prospects to invest in, and we're going to give away some sports cards as always. But first, the intro. Alright, I missed last week. I was out, I was traveling. It is good to be back in the saddle this week because there's been a lot of news. So sorry about you guys not having an 8 to 10 minute video of me essentially reading to you last week. The 8 minutes is key here so I can get 40 cents for mid-roll ads. We're back and we want to dive in. Today I'm going to start on our Instagram, which is something I don't usually do, but we don't have an article out about this yet. It is breaking news, fresh off the press about 8 hours ago on the time I'm recording this video. So collectors... I missed a comma, it's bugging me thoroughly right now. Collectors Holdings, which is PSA's parent company, is acquiring SGC. So that means Collectors Holdings now is going to control 85% of the grading market, basically. PSA has 78%, SGC owns 7%, so it sounds like from early reports these two are going to coexist still as independent brands, but who knows, at some point they might kill SGC and just put the PSA umbrella over all of it. We will just have to see how it shakes out. Neither one of these have entirely attractive grading slabs, but PSA obviously is the golden boy of the industry, so it's going to be around for a long time. And as all industries always say, monopolies are amazing for all parties involved. Now to the bigger news. CardLines just did a facelift. Looks really good. We now have a color and a secondary color. We're blue and red. Love that. That's why strategically I wore both colors today. I'm just kidding. I'm wearing a Jimmy Butler shirt and I had to put my trusty blue sweatshirt over it. Also, somebody called me out last week for only having one sweatshirt because apparently I always wear my blue ones. Don't be ridiculous. I just have 3 of the same sweatshirt. Anyways, the big story lead of the week is Topps Series 1 Baseball announcing that there was an error with the stamps. They rolled out this cool new initiative to stamp the first card printed as a 1 of 1 on the back, and on the front it's supposed to have a stamp that says first card somewhere down here. Here it is, from our Instagram, or from our Twitter rather. So it's supposed to have this stamp that says first card. They forgot to do this, so it's another 1 of 1 fumbling this year. We've seen a lot of superfractor mistakes. We've seen a lot of mishaps for the high-end cards coming from Topps. Hopefully they clean it up. The quality control has left some to be desired thus far. I think the rapid growth that they've really pumped into the brand has probably caused some leaks in the ship, and the leaks have just happened to be pretty high visibility stuff that we've seen thus far. So they sent out a statement that essentially says, hey, we goofed. If you get one of these cards, they're going to be sitting backwards in a pack, and they're going to be stamped 1 of 1 in the back, like you can see right here. So the cards are still stamped 1 of 1, and if you pull one, you can send it to Topps. They will put the first card stamp on it, and they reward you with some kind of Topps credit as well. So they're going above and beyond to make things right. We've just seen that probably too much lately. Next up is an honest review of the best sports card product releases in March. I wrote this, and I'm always honest. This is my Uncle Steve. I'm not even going to talk about Flawless Basketball anymore because I think I originally listed this one in like September, and it keeps getting punted back. Spectra, Donruss Elite Basketball. This month's basically a compilation of some of the best hits that Panini was supposed to release last month, and a few Topps things, so just a lot of stuff that's been shifted backwards. And Obsidian is new. I haven't written about Obsidian yet, at least for the release. But if any of these brands catch your eye and are something you want to invest in, read our full review and then cross your fingers and try to determine whether or not they'll actually be releasing when it says. Your answer is probably going to be no. Prism Monopoly might be the best retail rip. I just bought 5 boxes and ripped them for a YouTube video that I encourage you to check out. They're really good products. I pulled a Purple Wave Wembanyama that I have already sold. I pulled a numbered to 149 pink rookie of Scoot Henderson and a lot of other nice cards out of $150 of boxes. So a lot of bang for your buck there. I think there, more than anything, this article breaks down like the ins and outs of the product and its history, which is pretty short to be honest. But most importantly, here are the 3 reasons that I think they're better than just ripping standard Prism blasters. They have a shorter checklist. There's only 90 cards total, so you have significantly better odds of getting just top talent and rookies, because that's basically all the checklist is. You have better odds of pulling a numbered card. You're really not going to pull one out of a standard Prism box. It's very improbable. And there's no other more expensive format, basically. So if you're opening Prism, all the best cards are in hobby boxes, but if you're opening Prism Monopoly, The best cards are going to be found in boxes just like you're ripping, so the 1/1 Wembanyama is coming out of a booster box. It's a $25 box is going to have a life-changing card. And the cards just look kind of cool. It is a weird crossover. I wouldn't recommend these as long-term holds necessarily, just because it's like Monopoly and Prism. I think the traditional Prism cards are better long-term holds. These are kind of gimmicky almost. But if you're trying to rip something and flip something, and or just pull a really nice card and make some money, your best bet that I've seen in basketball retail this year is actually Prism Monopoly, if you can get your hands on it at retail price. These historical articles usually are pretty interesting. They're always pretty interesting reads, and they usually do pretty well. So we just broke down the 1990 Donruss baseball errors and set variations with a checklist. You're a baseball historian. This is something really cool to dive into. Back in the day, there was obviously a lot of unintentional mistakes, and while there's still some of that too, it's laid the foundation for the value of variations. And I know this year's top set, for example, has like I don't remember what the name of it is, but it has a blank card where there's no printing on the front. It's just the photo variation in the Topps logo. That kind of stuff used to be a mistake, and now they're doing it intentionally to add some scarcity and add some variations or some short prints. Upper Deck Series 2 hockey is pretty deep when it comes to the young guns. There's a lot of rookies to chase, so we did a tier list like we've been doing, and we popularized it in Bowman Baseball, since that's a product of a lot of 12-year-olds that you don't know who they are. It's great. And then we have also been doing it with basketball and now hockey. So this is a look of the best cards to chase in Series 2 hockey. Connor Bedard's the clear forefront leader here. He's the rookie everybody's after, apparently. I learned that yesterday, but if you're into hockey, you know that. But there's also a lot of other players in Tier 1, and it's a pretty deep checklist. We usually don't have this many people that we've identified as first-tier guys, then Tier 2, etc. The lower the tiers, the more affordable they're going to be, more high-end potential they have. If they break out from a lower tier and become a great player, then you're going to be able to make bigger returns, bigger percentage ROI, but it's just less probable. So read this and proceed accordingly. If you're interested in making bootleg baseball cards in your garage, we got you covered. Here's a comprehensive guide to custom baseball cards and how to make them. I would never recommend buying any of these, but I guess if you have a little league team or something, yeah. Cooper Flagg is going to be one of the big hyped up prospects next year. This year's weird because there's not a clear front runner to be the #1 overall pick. Next year it will probably be Cooper Flagg. He's getting a lot of hype already. He's going to go to Duke. Let's go Blue Devils. He's versatile. He's a big scorer, lanky, long, dangerous. American-born white guy, tall guy. He's kind of like following Chet's footsteps, just not as tall, but we don't have a lot of tall white Americans in the NBA right now that are kicking butt. So with all that said, we wanted to do a review of the best Cooper Flagg cards to invest in. It was very easy for me to write because he has no cards. That said, we looked ahead to say, hey, when these cards start coming out, here's some things to do, here's some things to avoid. One mistake would be buying custom cards of Cooper Flagg. And then I tried to count down the top brands of Cooper Flagg, but it's going to be a couple years before these cards really start hitting the market. He'll be in some Bowman University stuff next year, but before he's in his NBA threads, it's going to be at least 2 years, and by that point, who knows if it's going to be Topps or if it's going to be Panini or who's going to be making cards. So there's a lot of assumptions baked into this top 11 list, right? But we're getting in early when it comes to the SEO. And as always, we give away a blaster box of cards every week, so this week's lucky winner is Megan David. Megan, congrats. I'm going to comment on one of your videos. I'm just kidding. Everything you've published has been YouTube Kids, so I can't comment. But if you see this, just email me, jesse@cardlines.com. Send me a screenshot of your YouTube dashboard so I know it's you, and we'll send you a box of cards on us. Thank you for watching and supporting our channel. And thanks to you guys for watching another weekly recap. Watch another one of our videos while you wait for more industry news to shake out, and be sure to follow Cardlines for everything coming down the pipe. Thanks.